This is week 1 of the spring trimester, even though it snowed twice this week. And this last week was really such a great week for me. We started a new pose. The model is Brian. I love Brian and I love the pose. I'm so excited and I can't wait to paint this. So I spent this first week working on the transfer drawing, and I feel like by the end of it I got a really strong drawing out of it. So I'm really excited to transfer it coming Monday. When I was working on this transfer drawing, there was 2 or 3 times where I would take my charcoal fan brush and I would brush out the whole drawing. It's just charcoal on canson paper, so the charcoal moves around on it pretty easy. So with the brush, I knocked all the lines down, which doesn't erase the drawing completely, but it lightens everything up a lot. And so this way I can really feel like I'm redrawing all the lines. But if some lines I felt were really strong and made sense for the whole entire figure, I can still see them and just remask them in. So it's all working towards just getting as strong a gesture as possible. And I really like doing that, kind of almost erasing or knocking down the lines so they're really light. And I'll do it for my my pencil drawings and then even these big charcoal drawings. And I really like doing it because it's making sure that you don't lock yourself in too strongly to the original lines that you put in, but lets you kind of like let go and not hold on to like those precious lines that maybe you did spend like a day or 2 days on, but really working towards the end result and making sure that the end drawing is going to be as strong as possible. And then I know come Monday when I do transfer this, I want to focus on Brian's feet because I do think I could make them stronger. I think I could just like strengthen up the structure of them, making sure that they look like they're holding the tension of his whole body, and then also really making sure that they look like that they're on the same plane. And I know I can do it, I just kind of ran out of time, and I know I can make it stronger as I keep working on it for the next 4 weeks. And then in the afternoons I've been working on my cast project, and my cast has been going really well too. So I spent the first few days of the week just still working on the wash, getting everything strong, making sure that the background and the shadows on the cast have a good relationship together. And then the next day I was working on the dark halftone and making sure that from the shadow into the light it has it's properly diffused and is gradual as it is in some parts, and then kind of sharper in other parts where it is. And then Thursday and Friday I was really working on working in the lights and trying to key it up. And I know that this is going to take quite a bit of paint layers to get everything as bright as it needs to be, because oil paint is transparent, so that dark wash that I had under it is going to keep showing through for a while. And also when oil paint dries, it'll dry a little bit darker, so it's just going to take a while to keep building up those light areas. And in the light areas, Magda really warned me to be laying the paint on very gradually and evenly, and just making sure that I'm not applying too thick of brush strokes, that it's showing texture, because I want to be able to show really gradual transitions with how the light diffuses over the cast, how it actually does in nature. And here's a clip of a close-up of the cast. And then Matt was also talking to me about showing variation in how I'm painting. So in the light areas, it's going to be slowly built up into something really thick and opaque. And in the shadows, I'm going to try and keep everything very thin. And I don't know if you can see in the clip, but I'm trying to keep the shadows really, really thin and atmospheric. And the shadow that is under the cheek where there's reflected light going in it, that's actually just the canvas and the wash. So I'm going to see if I can keep it that thin for the duration of the whole painting. And so this was a really fun week for me, and I felt like I'm being really successful with both of my projects, which is really exciting, and I feel like I definitely learned a lot from last trimester.